feel like with nationalism, you just have a arrow that says nationalism.
Okay. Industrial Revolution. Specifically, there are a bunch of terms here squeezed into this small area that we need to talk about. First, I want to start with Great Britain because
It started there.
that's where the Industrial Revolution began. Why Great Britain? What did they have that others didn't?
Resources and colonies. And
What do
The
we call
workforce.
all of those things?
Capital.
collectively?
Structure.
What do we call all of those things collectively?
factors of production.
Factors
Factors
of
of production. Land,
Labor.
Labor.
Capital.
and capital. Land meaning the resources on that land, labor meaning the workforce, as I heard someone say, and capital meaning
The money to invest.
money to invest. They had, well, plenty of all of these things. That's why it began there. It would spread throughout Europe slowly because Great Britain did what?
Hid it from everyone.
They limited,
They isolated certain
I
aspects.
think of the word I'm looking for. They limited the ability to leave the country, the
Restrict.
ability to obtain, yes, they restrained all of that.
Hmm.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Child labor. Why, once countries like Great Britain started to industrialize, did they depend upon children for their labor force?
They were
Small.
small
Cheap.
and they
Cheap, small,
paid nothing. Well, you paid
and there was something about them.
Tiny hands that they could fix things.
They could repair the machinery very easily in these very repetitive and easily learned jobs. They could get their hands in the machines and fix things. You will see Great Britain and then other countries follow in reforms when it comes to labor. We talked about labor unions. We talked about how they fight to gain rights, gain benefits. And we also talked about how not all countries wanted to get involved in labor rights, get involved in issues like that, because not all countries wanted to approach the role of government in the same way. Some countries wanted to limit government, some countries wanted to limit the individual's rights. That introduced us into 3 different economic policies that also relate back to government: capitalism, socialism, and communism. In capitalism, how does business and government interact?
Not at all.
They don't, because
Separate.
the government
Does not regulate business.
does not regulate or interfere with business, specifically in laissez-faire, hands-off policy. What are some good things about capitalism?
You can make
Rights.
a lot of money.
You can make a lot of money,
You can do whatever you want.
you can do as you want.
Freedom.
Freedom. What's kind of the cost to that?
You can lose everything.
You could lose everything, you could go broke.
It's hard to change. Like, it's hard to get wealthy when you're poor.
Okay, you have to struggle to climb that ladder to success.
Monopolization.
Monopolies, if you do not have anyone regulating business. Now, is the United States a capitalistic nation? We don't, no country really takes every single element of one of these policies, but for the most part, we have embraced elements of capitalism throughout our existence. What is socialism? How is socialism different? Think back to the Starburst activities.
Government has control of businesses and they give equal distribution.
Why does the government, what's the government's goal in controlling business?
To make everyone equal.
To encourage equality in society. However, in doing that, there are some cons. What may happen in socialism in trying to encourage that equality?
Everyone loses
Uniformity.
their motivation because they don't have anything to gain.
Okay. What else?
Uniformity.
Uniformity. You may have restrictions, rights taken away from you to make sure that things are taken care of. What are some good things about socialism?
Everyone's okay, in terms of what
You
Yeah.
share and help each other.
Do we have any social classes in socialism?
Not
There are no
really.
rich, no poor, right? It's meant to prevent that. We talked about utopianism and utopian societies as well, just briefly. Pasteurization. Remember, Milk and Cookie introduced this concept to you. What was the purpose of pasteurization?
Remove harmful bacteria from foods.
Yeah, so that they could have a longer shelf life, so that they would not make us sick, so that we would not see
Healthy.
needless illnesses illnesses or death due to spoiling food due to bacteria and disease. Was there another comment?
Are we gonna go through communism?
We're not going to talk about communism.
Is it not on the
I may or may not be on there. We can briefly talk about it.
tab? It's cool, I don't need to.
Okay. Actually,
Just
let's
write
talk about it.
evil, because I already wrote it.
Communism,
You did
what
fine.
were some, since you said evil first off, let's talk about some good things with communism.
The government provided you with all that you needed. In a way.
Yeah. How is it good for the government in communism?
You can make a lot of money for the government.
You can make
The
the
country
decisions,
can make money, the country can
make all the
make
decisions.
decisions very quickly, very efficiently. However, this could get out of hand because who's
Power.
not been being taken into account.
The
The people
people.
running the country.
The individuals and well-being of the individuals within the country. You see a lot of human rights violations when it comes to communism. Suburbs. I'm rocking the suburbs, just like John and Joey did. Ben Folds band's out there? No.
I've heard it.
Mr. Bland is a huge Ben Folds fan. No?
Wait, is that a song from Over the Hedge?
It
Well,
is.
it's not
Yeah,
from.
they adapted it for that, they changed it for that, which was kind of sad at Ben Folds for compromising his. Anyway, suburbs, what are they?
They're outside the cities.
Outside of cities, why did people move to the suburbs?
Because they were working in the city in large
Why didn't they want to
amounts.
live in the city?
They have the
Pollution.
safety and comfort of the city while not being so crowded.
Yeah. Some other issues other than crowding in the city?
The pollution.
Pollution, what else?
Crime.
Crime, disease,
Crowded.
sanitation issues, etc. These things were plaguing the cities. But the suburbs are these happy little places, kind of in between, etc.
The best of both worlds.
So to speak.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Okay, anything else from Industrial Revolution? Hit
I
it.
like how nationalism